This is the best Minecraft structure in the game, and it's not even close. The chest can contain all of these types of loot, but as well as enchanted golden apples, it also has totems of undying, as well as the only natural place you can find diamonds and lapis blocks. And so today, I'm going to be giving you the ultimate guide to the Woodland Mansion, Minecraft's spookiest but therefore best structure, and today I want to guide you through everything you need to know. But first I'll give you the most important single tip, which is learn something from the houses of people not subscribed to IBX Toycat, because if you're not worried about the structure, then all you need to do is simply burn it down. The chests and the diamond blocks won't burn, but all of the scary mobs will, which is something you should learn. But the second best piece of advice, if you don't feel like doing a bit of arson, and I don't see why not, but if you really disagree, simply go in there with some boats. These are basically honey traps for mobs, and with the narrow hallways, they'll walk right into it. This even works for mobs that it doesn't make any sense for, like the Vex, and so let's get right into this guide by giving you the important advice that we need to start with, because although we have a Woodland Mansion right over here, as well as all of its structures just to the left, which I think we should be very clear about, I think it's also worth noting about most people will struggle to find a Woodland Mansion, and many Minecraft players may have never seen one in the flesh. So how do you find one? Well, go to these two biomes, because the only places that you can find a Woodland Mansion is the Pale Garden, or more commonly, the Roof Forest. But by itself, this won't help you very much. I would actually recommend, if you're serious about finding Woodland Mansions, you go to the Cartographer. Now, I will be clear there that it's a bit annoying having to go up all of the tiers. Like, you have to sometimes go up to the 5th level trades, the Master Cartographer, to get a Woodland Explorer map. But the reason this is so worth doing is he will give you a map that tells you exactly where one is. And you might be thinking right now that this map is just going to guide me to this Woodland Mansion, because it's the nearest. But nope, it's going to guide me all the way to the other side of the world, somewhere in a massively different direction, because of the fact that that is going to be a Woodland Mansion that is already explored, and the Cartographer will only give you maps to unexplored chunks. That is something which is really fun to know about. But speaking of chunks, when you do find a Woodland Mansion, and it really is worth it, all of these are things that you can find inside, and so genuinely it can be worth going to the Cartographer, even if you have no interest in these places, solely because of the enchanted apples, regular apples, the diamond chest plates, and the enchantments. But even if you don't care about any of that, there's resin, without having to go for the spooky resin biome, and also there is the Vex trim, which is a surprisingly rare one, and so if you want to have a cool looking set of armor like this, well, the Vex trim is the one for you. Anyway, speaking of things that are for you, you might be curious as to who the person was who said whoa earlier. I left my game on open and they joined, and they're being nice enough, so I'm letting them stay here as we talk about Vindicators, because Vindicators are a scary mob. In fact, let me show you just how scary they are, because here is a Vindicator, and as you can see, he's going to beeline straight to a player, managing to kill him in just 2 hits. How do you deal with this? Well, the answer is simple. You need to go in there with some boats, or you can take advantage of a second niche strategy, which is to rename him Johnny. So this is a Vindicator, and if he is by himself, he'll attack human players first. But if he's named Johnny, he'll attack any mobs first. And this means, it's a reference, if you don't know. It's a very silly reference, but it is one that you can take full advantage of if you want to cause chaos to maybe get out of. Now that name tags are insanely cheap to craft, or will very soon be in the future, this is a strategy seriously worth considering. But even if you want to use name tags from the structure, they do spawn in there. Next up, so this is the mob that you'll find in most of the Woodland Mansion, but the Woodland Mansion has one of the coolest features in the game, in my opinion, which is it takes advantage of verticality. A lot of structures don't really do this, but the Woodland Mansion, just like a well-designed city, actually has multiple levels, and so it means that if you are on level 1, you'll only find Vindicators, but on level 2, you'll find this guy, the Evoker, because he can only spawn on the 2nd and 3rd floor, and he's quite notable for having 2 main attacks. He mostly doesn't do anything outside of these attacks, so you can get some real good hits in if you like. The Evoker is famous for having 2 attacks, and one of those attacks will summon a Vex. And again, this is the worst thing. Many of my hardcore runs have been ended by this, so I would recommend, weirdly enough, the best item to fight the Evoker with is a totem, just in case it all goes wrong, especially in harder difficulties. But also, they are the mob that drop the totem, so what do you do about that? Well, I recommend when you see one of them, genuinely charge them as fast as possible. Oh, my friend did not like being killed by a Vindicator. There's a useful lesson for you, by the way. How do you avoid it? With boats! one more time, it's important. So, speaking of things that are important, allays can also be found in this place. And if you're someone who plays a lot of single player and all your friends won't play Minecraft with you because you get them killed, the allay is a great friend to have, and they can be found in, obviously as well as pillager outposts, in this room of the Woodland Mansion. You can use them as a way to pick up blocks around you, and if you just want a friend, or an item sorter, or even an automatic farm, then the allay is perfect to have by your arm. So that is something found inside of the prisoner rooms in the prison room in the mansion. But it's worth mentioning there are 74 other rooms you can find in the mansion, and so I feel like it's worth going through all of those. And although I feel like we can't really do true justice zooming through like this, I'd like to give you a small little taste anyway, because this is the room that contains lava. This is the room where a fight you'll be having, maybe in a balaclava. This is the room where you'll find a map. This is the room for a chicken that you could clap. This is the room for a cat. Then there's a room that nobody is excited to see. Then we've got next to that one, this room, which certainly isn't for me, but it does contain an evoker. And if you'd like to choker, well, this is a delightful room that goes with it. This is a room that has water and a tree. It's kind of nice, but it's not for me. We've got this room with a Vindicator too, but it's not as good as this room, which is for poo. I don't know because there's nothing in the chests, but it's not as good as the rest. We've got this room with the flowers and they're great, but it's not as good as this thing, which is certainly my fate. We've got the prison room and we've got the cat, as well as the cat, which we've already gone into. We've got that. Then we've got this lovely table. Then we've got something almost like a stable, just for you to go up to the top. But that is something, and this isn't a bot. I've got to stop singing this song because my channel isn't all about this, but I will give you a rap. Anyway, with that said, the important thing is there's 75 different rooms. Here are the rest of them, very, very briefly. I don't know what just came over me there, but it was weird. Anyway, so some of the most notable structures that you need to know about, because although I could tell you about the rooms all day by giving you this little overview, the fake end portal room is one of my favorites. I love, again, this is insane to me. There is a room inside of the Woodland Mansion where, for whatever reason, they made a fake end portal out of green wool. I love that on a lore level, and I can't stop thinking about it. And the more you go into a Woodland Mansion, the more you realize it's one of the coolest structures. It's rare, and it contains some of the rarest rooms inside of it. And if you don't know about those rare rooms, you might not be able to take advantage. Like this room, which will have just a cube of obsidian, or the opposite of a cube, like a spike. Inside of the spike, there's a lava block. Like this room, which has a giant pile of lava. Am I breaking barrier blocks right now? I am. Well, today I learned you can do that. And then inside of that, there is a diamond block as well. These are the only places in the game you can find a diamond block naturally, but what's fun about this, and why I love making these videos, is while researching things to share and find with you, I find some stuff that I know about, like, okay, these are the prison rooms, the only place outside of Pillager Outpost that you can find the allay, this is a chicken, and this is a cat, and we should know about all of that, but the craziest one you might not know is what is inside the villager's head. This is crazy because, again, I swear I've been in here so many times, but I've never realized that in the middle, there is a block of lapis lazuli. That's right, there's a block of lapis in here. Did you know that? I did not. It's found just up here, right where his brain would be, and because it's so high up, I've just never bothered going for it. And so if you want to get lapis, but you don't want to go mining, genuinely, I love this as an Easter egg, and the fact that I played Minecraft for like almost a decade now. Since I've been playing Minecraft for a decade with this in the game, since it was added to Bedrock much later than Java. But I've been playing Minecraft with this in the game for a decade, and I didn't know it was there. It's my favorite structure, and I love learning stuff like this, and that's why I think the Woodland Mansion is so cool. It's filled with things where even years later I'm like, but why do they have this? Why do they have a room with TNT inside of it? And I don't know the answer, but I do know that it's an incredibly cool place. And so if there's one thing that I can end this video with, that I could get directly to your face, it's the fact that the Woodland Mansion is really worth a look. If you are the sort of person who says to yourself, like, yeah, I'm kind of bored of Minecraft, try going to the Woodland Mansion. I guarantee you'll have a good time. You'll get some delightful looking armor. Ooh, look at that. You'll get yourself some delightful diamond blocks if you're lucky. But even if you get the most average woodland mansion in the world, it's the easiest way to get a series of totems, and if you don't like any of that and you just want an easy way out, well then, there's no place that is delightful as delightful to watch burn, and if you're looking for a structure to truly destroy, then this is the one that I think that after this video, you can say you've earned. With that said, I hope you all enjoyed your ultimate guide to the Woodland Mansion. If you want to see more ultimate guides, maybe not featuring songs, then you can obviously check out the playlist link below. And if you want to see more songs not featuring ultimate guides, then I guess the album drop will be soon. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one, ya loon. Look at this, by the way. Just managed to survive certain death, and I'll do it again, damn it. Let me show you this. I could be any distance in the sky, and you know what? It doesn't make a difference. I'm all this way. There's no way anything can be done about this, right? Nah, wrong. I've got a totem. It's chill. Man, that noise is intense, though. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye. Also, thank you to Chris for making this world.